It's all happening this week. One of the world's most noted whales has just been called in to fly to a certain destination. This is about to kick off. It looks like groups are getting ready now. I'm so emotional now that I wish I could tell you more, but it's looking really good for this week. My sources say everything is going this week. I have absolute faith we will go this week. Blinken in the Middle East next Tuesday. Quote, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will arrive in the Middle East next Tuesday, on a new tour. You have also Donny calling on the House of Representatives to vote in their president. The optics of them having three presidencies available all at the same time when/if they revalue their currency is a pretty big deal. The optics would really look good globally. You got a strong foundation, security and stability at the borders. Knocking on the door of the WTO, the tier contract they signed days ago, international agreements. Everything is gearing up for what? Iraq, going international. Mr. Sammy wants you to know the opening of these cash deposit centers that Sir Donny is bringing in with the CBI are a start of collecting and a start of the deletion of the zero notes. It gives us an avenue to trade in the notes instead of clogging up our regular banks. Frank, these currency centers have been licensed by the CBI, Sir Donny and the US Treasury in the last few weeks. Things are moving very fast for you citizens to receive your monetary reform. Stability in dollar exchange rates in Baghdad, Basra and Erbil. Now that Erbil and the Kurdistan region is playing ball, the stability of the rates are balancing. Some banks and three letters are expecting to see some action in the morning at opening time. We shall see. Economist, Development Road Project will provide Iraq with great investment opportunities. Quote, the Development Road Project consists of land and railway roads extending from Iraq to Turkey and its ports, with a length of 1,200 kilometers inside Iraq, and aims to transport goods between Europe and the Gulf countries. The Development Road Project is going to be massive. It's going to create an environment that'll be seen for many decades long after I'm gone. I'm sure of it. Washington supports Iraq's efforts to achieve comprehensive economic development. Whenever a country is about to revalue, you will see this lady, Alina Romanovsky, being an ambassador there. She had experience with Kuwait. Kurdistan Finance deposits more than 77 billion in non-oil revenues into Baghdad Treasury. Quote, this amount represents the share of the general federal treasury from the non-oil revenues of the Kurdistan region of Iraq for the month of June. 140 census was done many years ago and used to calculate the HCL. They're doing the new census now because they're going to introduce a new rate. Just to be clear, this is not an investment. It's speculation. I've used that in the past. It's an investment. That's incorrect. We are speculating. That's a completely different ball game. Investing is something completely different. The head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Atwan al-Atwani, confirmed today, Monday, during his meeting at the Finance Committee headquarters with a delegation from the Adam Smith International Foundation, that the committee is currently working on legislating a package of important laws that will develop our financial and banking system. While he pointed out that the oil dispute with the Kurdistan region constitutes one of the most prominent problems facing the preparation of next year's budget. Al-Atwani said in a statement received by Shafaq News Agency, the Parliamentary Finance Committee, within the framework of its permanent movement and continuous efforts to maximize non-oil revenues, is currently working on amending the law of the General Authority for monitoring the allocation of federal revenues, so that it can play its role in evaluating, monitoring and collecting these revenues in a sound and regular manner, in addition to including in the law a new task related to evaluating the performance of the budget and expenditures. As part of its work within the framework of financial reform, Al-Atwani pointed out that the committee is conducting an in-depth study of the stock and commodities market law, which it intends to legislate during the coming period, and is holding specialized workshops with the aim of encouraging Islamic banks to enter into banking and financial activity. He pointed out that the Finance Committee is working on a number of proposed laws, which aim to regulate financial management, including the proposed law on investment in Islamic bonds, and the proposed law on the Center for Banking Studies. Regarding the 2025 budget, Al-Atwani estimated that it would reach the House of Representatives early next year, indicating that the government had begun meetings to restructure the budget items. He pointed out that the oil dispute with the Kurdistan region is one of the most prominent problems facing the preparation of next year's budget, noting the committee's efforts to resolve the dispute between Baghdad and Erbil, through meetings and shuttle meetings with representatives of the regional government and the federal government. Al-Atwani stressed that the points of contention have been identified and diagnosed by the committee, and the legal and constitutional path to overcome them has been determined.